we're still on the friendship series. Like I said, it's a very wide topic that we cannot finish because it's something that is continuous as we are on this planet Earth. Our walk with God is a continuous one. It's a constant relationship that we must have with God. Just as we relate with our friends every day, we communicate with our friends every day, so also we communicate with God every day. So last week I shared with you some few weeks back how you can become best friends with God, how to develop a friendship with God. I said we must be honest with God, we must choose to obey Him in faith, and we must choose to follow His values. Yes, I must choose to value what God values. So today I'll be looking at what are those values. Yes, I must choose to value what God values. So I must know, the things that God values. So what are the values of God? What are the values of God? Number one is love and compassion. Love and compassion. The greatest commandment involves loving God and loving our neighbors as ourselves. You can see that in Matthew 22, verse 37, verse 39. So love and compassion is one of the values of God. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is caring, sharing. When you love your neighbor, you will not think evil of him or her. You will not harbor hatred in your heart. So love, one of the values of God is love and compassion. And holiness, number two, holiness. Holiness. We are called to live pure lives, reflecting God's own holiness. You can see that in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 15 to 16. 1 Peter 1, 15 to 16. Let me quickly read that. 1 Peter chapter 1, 15 to 16. And it says, but as He who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct. Be holy in all your conduct. Be holy in your conduct and manner of living. So your conduct has to do with your manner of living, the way you live your life. So we must be holy in our conduct, in our manner of living. We must be holy in our conversation. Verse 16 says, because it is written, be holy, for I am holy. So one of the values of God is holiness. Number one, I said, love and compassion. Number two, holiness. Number three, justice and mercy. Acting justly, showing mercy and walking humbly. Then number four, humility and servitude. Considering others more important and serving them. So when you consider others more important and you serve them in love. In love. I love what Philippians chapter 2 says here. Let's read it together. Philippians chapter 2, verse 15, verse 2 to 3. It says, 2 to 3 says, don't be selfish. Don't live to make a good impression on others. Be humble, thinking of others as better than yourself. Verse 4 says, don't think only about your own affairs, but be interested in others too. Be interested in others too and what they are doing. So humility means considering others more important and serving them. Don't think only about your own affairs. Be interested in others. Be kind. Be good to people. Another value is truth and integrity. Truth and integrity. Living truthfully as Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Then number 6, faith and obedience. Believing in God and following his ways. Hebrews 11:6. Then stewardship and generosity. Stewardship and generosity. Wisely managing talents and resources to honor God. So these are, parts, of the values of God. There are other values, but these are the 7 values, that I can take today. Love and compassion, holiness, justice, humility and servitude, truth and integrity, faith and obedience, stewardship and generosity. So these are the values of God. So now that we know the values of God, I believe we should be able to, walk in those values and inculcate those values, in our daily work with God, and as we do so, the Lord will bless you in Jesus' name. So this week, love your neighbor as yourself. Be kind, show mercy, show compassion, live a holy life, be humble, obey God and live by faith and be generous. And as I pray for you today, that as you do this week, the Lord will bless you in Jesus' name. The grace to value what God values, to live for his value, the Lord will release upon you in Jesus' name. Remember, you were made for more. You were made for such a time as this. You were made for more. God bless you.